Caption was, your eldest
child will be the most toxic guy you ever date. Which is true. By the way, if you knew my son, like, he's really the predator.
Back on May 25th, this celebrity, I'd never heard of, named Jenny Malin got dragged online after posting an Instagram photo of herself lying on top of her 12-year-old son, basically smothering him, captioned with this diabolical line, "Your eldest son will be the most toxic man you ever date." This then apparently blew up on the boy mom side of TikTok, and when people called her out for it, she responded by appearing on this podcast around June 23rd to try to clear things up. But she ended up making it so much worse. For context, the podcast is apparently called Not Skinny But Not Fat and is hosted by this woman named Amanda Hirsch.
Let's go into Instagram.
Okay.
Because this is what I called you about when you were trending.
Yeah.
I didn't really even know
Yeah.
all the drama
Yes.
about this fucking post.
Yeah.
And I thought that what you said on the phone to me hit so true and hard.
Yeah.
And we talked about you writing a piece about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on the pod and say this because I think it's really important. So let's talk about how it all started. You posted a photo with your kid.
Yes.
You're hugging in the bed.
Yes.
Call it whatever you want. Hugging. Embracing. Toppling. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Caption was, your
eldest child will be the most toxic guy you ever date. Which is true.
Okay, those were the exact words.
Yes.
So people don't then twist it or anything.
Which, if you have a son, you fucking know that.
So right off the bat, she cleared up any possible confusion or misunderstanding. Those were the exact words she intended to use, and she still believed them. She even doubled down on it by saying, which is true. And I genuinely have no idea what she means by that. I'm also the eldest son in my family. I have 3 younger brothers, and I can gladly say none of us have ever experienced anything like this in our entire lives. She then decided to blame the Facebook audience for the initial backlash.
And
And I can explain what that means.
Did you notice from the beginning that this is going on like the wrong side of Instagram? This is being taken. Like you could tell right away, right? When the comments
I think
are crazy.
Caroline, not to throw Caroline under the bus, but somebody attached my Instagram to my Facebook.
Okay.
And Facebook is a different demo of humans.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that that's where it started to like get this weird traction.
Now, notice how they phrase it like the wrong side of Instagram, and the comments are crazy, weird traction. It sounds a lot to me like they're trying to gaslight people and twist this around to say you're the crazy one for calling her out after she said she's dating her son, or, implying that he feels that way. Now, imagine a father saying that about his 12-year-old daughter. He would be arrested on the spot, fired, and banned from every platform that existed the second those words leave his mouth. Anyway, she then said that this is a joke that she's been making forever, and then proceeded to say even more weird things.
Because the Instagram people know you, follow you.
Yeah. It's like this is the joke I've been making forever. Like, I'm in this dysfunctional relationship with like a guy who's like, can you hold my head while I vomit into the toilet? Can you
wipe my butt?
Can you give me a full body massage before bed?
Yeah.
Can you, be a deer and put more ice in my water bottle? Like, this is the treatment.
Or Noah, who grabbed my butt and said, "There's a lot of fat on this butt." And I said, "You're not wrong, Noah."
Yeah.
So yeah, another example, right?
Just
toxic.
Use and abuse me.
And
I'm still like, is he gonna call?
You're describing being a parent. That's what parents have to deal with. Those are just standard features of owning a child. And when she said use and abuse when talking about her 12-year-old son, that makes me want to fucking vomit into the toilet. She then shares her concern about whether her son is gonna call her in 20 or 30 years.
Like, I was never that girl. I've never been in that kind of relationship.
First of all, I already think of, is he going to call in 20, 30 years? I'm not even, is he going to call today? I'm worried about him not calling.
No, I'm going to be banished
20.
to voicemail for all of eternity. And I'm just going to be like, I'm going to keep psychodialing. I'm going to be like, girl sending texts. Are you mad at me?
Now that's a legitimate concern to have as a parent, your children growing up and then not wanting anything to do with you. Most parents probably hope their children would continue to involve them in their lives. That's a completely normal thing to be worried about. But you didn't have to make it weird and joke that it's like a dysfunctional dating relationship. Like, you do realize that there are better ways to express this. She then talks about the algorithm, and her use of the word toxic is what made people take this the wrong way.
What do you think made people take this the wrong way? The caption, or they thought like the hug was? I mean, what do you think set people off?
I think they thought that maybe the hug looked lascivious. I'm not sure. I don't think they liked the caption toxic. I think toxic got in some sort of algorithm search. And you're probably reading about like being like abused, and then you see this woman like embracing her son, and they're just like, what the fuck? They couldn't handle it. It threw them over the edge.
Now, I'm extremely grateful my mom wasn't like this, because otherwise I'd be relieved if someone actually did throw me over an edge. I think this is not hard to understand. People are not bothered by a parent hugging their child. Like, that's normal. But what most people are bothered by is that you're describing your relationship with your son like you're dating him and calling him a toxic man for acting like a normal kid. And the algorithm may have helped people discover the post, but it certainly did not sneak into her house and write the caption for her. She did all that by herself. Then this somehow gets a whole lot worse, because for reasons I cannot fathom, she decided to call her son a predator.
People were saying they want to call CPS on you.
And my sister had the best response. She's like, somebody should call CPS on me for ordering my son Taco Bell for dinner. Because that is like, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
And by the way, if you knew my son, like, he's really the predator. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one who's fucking all over me. I've been like trying to like lock him out of the bathroom for like the last 12 years.
The bathroom is crazy.
He just
when
wants
you just want to go
my
to the
undivided.
bathroom.
Why would you call your son a predator after calling him a toxic boyfriend publicly on a podcast? Like, what is wrong with you? If she didn't set this, then you could still probably say that, oh, this is just a dumb joke that didn't land right, maybe. But I feel like this is a point of no return. It's like people go from thinking, oh, maybe it's just a silly joke, but now it's, oh, maybe somebody should call CPS. Then she said she's been making this joke for years and claims that people are only mad at her now because she had recently separated from Jason Briggs, that she's not publicly with a man, and that people see her as a threat somehow.
But I do think it has to do with...
Yes, this was very important. When he said this to me, my mind was blown.
I think that like if I had made this joke a month ago, 2 months ago, it would have played differently.
When you were married.
Because, yeah, and I'm still married, but like I was publicly like with a man. And I think that there's something about a woman who is not attached to a man that somehow reads as a threat, dangerous. Like she's...
First of all, this is really important what you're saying, because stop and think about it. Jenny has never gotten shit about this subject. She's been making the same joke for years.
Wrote for fucking Parents Magazine, a standing column. Like I've been like a voice on like motherhood in a lot of ways. That's like what my platform was
and
was
you've been
built
making
on.
This kind of joke.
Yeah, no one cares about you getting separated. That has nothing to do with why people called you out on this at all. I would bet most of the people criticizing you didn't even know you were separated. It's completely irrelevant. And you saying that you've been making the same joke for years does not make it sound any less weird. And I think the reason why you didn't get backlash before is that no one outside of your own small fan base have read it or even knew about it. Then she decided to use the classic "everyone's just a sensitive little snowflake who get offended by jokes" defense. And they even talked about how she said her 12-year-old son's girlfriend is not even hotter than her.
Listen, I read your stuff, and like you said in one of the things which they were getting pissed about, there was a line that was like, his girlfriend isn't even hotter than me about your son. Like,
it's just
hilarious.
It's just
By
funny.
the way, and then it's like, she's comparing, and I'm like, wait, do these people watch stand-up?
Serious?
Like, do these people go to comedy shows, and then every joke a comic is making, they're like,
yes.
You were making a joke.
Fucking joke about like the way that you can spin over somebody that you love. Like nothing more, nothing less.
I think most people understand that she was attempting to make a joke, but they're also allowed to think that the joke was strange and gross. Now, they also mentioned about being hotter than her son's girlfriend. That apparently came from this article she wrote, published on May 10, where she begins by talking about how she wants her son's to marry women with dead mothers so she can stay winning by comparison. Wow, what a great way to start. And then somewhere in the article she said her eldest was texting with a girl, she was 12, but she could already tell her brand of toxic. She complained to Jason that she wanted to intervene before he got hurt and that she wasn't even hotter than her. Like, why are you comparing yourself, your appearance, to a 12-year-old girl? I get being worried that your child might potentially end up with a spouse who might not treat them well, but there's no version of this that needed "she wasn't even hotter than me" in it. You might say you're just joking, but some people might call it a Freudian slip. Either way, it's a genuinely baffling thing to write down and publish. So yeah, this happened sometime last month in June, and I'm clearly not the target audience for a Jenny Malin scandal, but this has gotten so big that even YouTubers that I watch, like Charlie and August the Duck, have talked about it. So yeah, what do you guys think about all this? I think on one hand, parents being concerned about their child not being close to them when they grow up, or worried about them ending up in a toxic relationship, these are all completely normal and legitimate concerns for a parent to have. And I think if she conveyed these things differently, most people would not be sharpening their pitchforks and might even be supportive of her. But yeah, she did not have to turn this into a joke about being in a toxic dating relationship with her son, unless this is some kind of a strategy for her to gain some internet fame or become relevant. Then congratulations, you're now infamous for being a creepy weirdo, I guess. Otherwise, maybe just admit the jokes were weird, retract all the things you've said, apologize, and move on. Although I think that it might be too late at this point. But anyway, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.